needs to be bigger as well.
Sorry?
If the diameter is bigger.
But we want it to be a shoulder for the bearing.
Yeah. But the bearing is bigger now.
And the pulley, yeah.
I see the bearing, I should have the left that measures about this way. I'm not really drawing it. So they fit in it flush to the step as well.
Yeah, they may be this way.
But there's no dimension.
Maybe not always crack.
Yes. Should we do?
We can't go above 3 on the ground. Okay, so we started again. Right, so essentially we're going to...
My point is, between the bigger and the smaller diameters, we have only like 5 mil difference, right? What's the maximum radius we can put here? So it's just restricted by how far away that one is.
Okay, so just for the camera, just say that, so essentially when we're going to go for an undercut.
Oh yes. This is one of the ways to solve.
We can either have a spacer or an undercut. We don't really want a spacer.
What is an alternative?
Yeah, it starts to get a bit more complex in terms of making more bits and pieces.
You get more parts, yes.
Yeah.
But
So
space is not particularly difficult.
It's not particularly difficult,
to make.
but we're going to try and undercut. That's right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially, the problem of the radius, we're actually going to have the radius is under the level of the lower diameter. Is the argument? Yeah. So we have the large diameter, small diameter. The radius is actually underneath the small diameter. So it's an undercut that's radius as opposed to just a step change. Yeah. Yeah. But we need to know what radius we want. What radius is sensible.
Yeah, it has to be sensible. It has to be geometrically
practical
to achieve. Do you think it actually starts before or on the same line? Lynn? Do you think it's like that, and it's just to make it more? You know, yeah.
I'm not. I don't think.
Does it start there, or it can start somewhere?
I think it can. It should be longer. Depend on.
I personally think if you want it to bump the bearing to push against the shoulder, you'd want it to start underneath.
Yes, it should be, because
anything that comes out here,
if you're here, it's not made sense like this way.
Because anything that protrudes.
So we assume that we have no clearance whatsoever on the bearing.
Yeah.
Then we need to make it go like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a full semicircle.
It could be right.
So it can stop halfway there.
Yeah.
No, it's the same thing. We can't. If the semicircle on a smaller radius doesn't go the full way up on the smaller diameter, you've got the extrusion of part of the semicircle on this side, which is going to hit.
I think you can have like a quarter
circle then.
Circle.
But then.
So like you see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get that part extruding. I mean, I'm assuming that you'll get away with some.
You get them. Instead of having the lot that much, you have.
I think it's lower than here, and they have some tools sometimes, just like this
to make those.
To make it shallow, as opposed to a complete radius, just to make it shallower. So what do we assume a radius of?
So there's no restriction on the radius then, because you can push this away as
I'm
much
intrigued
as
as
you
to what it does to stress concentration. Because essentially you're saying it's a variable radius.
But you know, you can move this further to have a bigger shallow.
What we're saying is that the actual centre of the circle, the centre of the radius is above the line of the smaller radius. Yeah.
Because
now,
bearings there, if they're too big, it's also not good for
Okay, we're keeping
Yes.
the sketches, by the way.
So,
Just,
if you want.
yeah, need to keep those.
But
The only
this
thing
is
is that makes it essentially two different radiuses. Radii.
Radii.
Because that's one radii, and one radius, and that's another there, at the intersection.
Why is that?
If you can imagine, what you actually have is one change there, and one radius for the whole curve, but you have one. If you're saying that the centre line's
Somewhere
there,
up there, yeah.
yeah, that is one continuous curve. That transition isn't.
So you mean because there's a sort of step like that?
Yeah.
That would be.
I'm sure this is an
was-
entirely standard thing, and I'm sure this would be somewhere in the British standards, but I don't know where. I'm sure this is an entirely putting bearings against shoulders. I can't believe this hasn't been done to death before. I can do a very quick internet search, just through Google. I think is probably the way to proceed at this moment. Because I think we're making hard work of something which probably isn't that hard. But that's academics for you. Alright, so we're talking about bearing, shoulder, which is in Google, which probably isn't the best thing to do. Bearing, shoulder, radius. See what it says. Fillet radius versus shaft stress, not a simple relationship. Oh no. Okay, so this is Something in Electrical Apparatus by Richard Nayland. No, there's nothing of interest, it's just discussing argument. Okay, we have something here from a different company called Packamore. It looks like they make instrument ball bearings, but they have a specification for shaft shoulder diameter in inches, unfortunately.
Okay.
So the minimum, and they have a minimum and maximum, quite interestingly.
They give you that,
So the shaft shoulder diameter, the maximum fillet radius in inches, and it's 0.003 of an inch for the smaller bearings. That's for very small bearings. For one that a 10mm bearing, it's 16,000. We could do that in a good one. But that's exactly the sort of things we were after.
see this? Isn't this R12? Is that fillet?
Is it? Have you found it yet?
I'm sure I've seen this before. I don't know where.
Okay, it's in the SKF catalogue.
Go back to that.
I've looked at another catalogue here and it says this is a different company called Dynarol. I'm going to go back to SKF because Dynarol give it.
Yeah, that's R12.
Well,
What would we?
radius of 1.2. Oh, okay, it is on this.
Is this RA maximum 1 millimeter?
RA surface roughness, isn't it? What did I call it? Something like
A max 1 millimeter.